Welcome back to Atlantic 10 Conference Media Days here for 2021-22. We finished up the first team with George Washington on the men's and women's side. St. Bonaventure is up next. We'll begin with the men here. Mike Corey, Adam Finkelstein. The Bonnies, no doubt, unanimous choice for the number one preseason ranking in the A-10 this year.
I mean, there comes a point where we just have to say, did anyone anticipate that Mark Schmidt would be able to pull off all of this year after year? I mean, the job that he has done at this program is just absolutely incredible, and the consistency that this program has shown. But make no mistake about it, expectations have never been higher. They've got a veteran roster. They won a ton of big games this year, but they have very high goals this season at St. Bonaventure.
Well, they certainly do, and for good reason. A lot of returning guys, like you said, and Coach Schmidt, who's been outstanding now in his 15th season, the Atlantic 10 champions from last year. He joins us now, winningest coach in program history. Mark, this happens every year. You know, I'm supposed to come up there in the summertime, play some golf, hang out, experience what Olean is like in the non-winter months, and I know it always gets away from us. So what did I miss out this offseason up there with you this past year?
You screwed up again, Mike. You screwed up again. Golf, lakes, fishing, drinking beer. You missed it all, babe. But hopefully, there's always next summer.
I'm just gonna schedule it now. We're gonna get ready for 2022. I'm gonna do it. Hey, there's a lot of people I know right now that want to ask you questions, so I'm gonna get it over to Drew for the media. All the best to you this year. We'll talk to you in a bit.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Mark, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
We've got a lot of questions queued up, so just dive right into it. First one is from Chucky Maggio from Pick and Splinters. Chucky, good morning. Go ahead.
Morning, Drew. Good morning, Coach. Coach, what's your just initial reaction? I know you've never been first in the preseason poll before, so what's your reaction to just the poll coming out and you guys being unanimous with all the first place votes for the preseason poll?
It's quite an honor. You know, it's a credit to our players, my staff, the administration here. You know, we've come a long way, and to be picked number one preseason in such a great league with great coaches, great programs, great players, it's a great honor and something that we don't take lightly.
Mark, our next question is from Rachel Lindsay of the Buffalo News. Rachel, go ahead.
Hi, Mark. Thanks for joining us this morning. Your team's number 23 in the nation, the unanimous pick to win the A-10. In your time at St. Bonaventure, how have you built the program to bring it to this point, again, where it's nationally ranked, where you have the unanimous pick to win the Atlantic 10?
You know, I didn't build it. We built it. You know, I've been lucky to have when I first got a head coaching job at Robert Morris, the late great Skip Pross always told me that the most important decisions you make is your staff, and I've been lucky, and I've made some really good decisions on who I've hired, and they've done a tremendous job for me, both at Robert Morris and at Bonaventure. And we try to, you know, when we started this thing, you know, the program was down and it was pretty, you know, down a lot, and we wanted to try to get our head above water, you know, the first couple of years, and just build this thing the right way by bringing in character kids that can graduate from St. Bonaventure, and kids that love to play. And you know, my assistants have done a great job in finding kids under the radar, you know, not the top 100 player, but a kid that, you know, I think they've done a great job in evaluating talent, where kids are going to be a year, 2 years down the road, and kids that love to play. You know, at Bonaventure, it's a basketball school, and you know, the Raleigh Center is one of the best places to play in the country, and we sell that. But trying to get kids that love to play, that work on their games, that want to be pros, because in order to you know, win the Atlantic 10 or compete for Atlantic 10 titles, you need pros. You know, you don't need guys after 4 years, you know, you're helping them find a job, you know, on Wall Street or something. You know, we want to try to help them get agents so they can you know, continue to play basketball for a living. So it's, you know, we've been lucky with a number of guys. You know, Andrew Nicholson, we knew he was good. We didn't know he was going to be that good. Jalen Adams, we knew he was going to be good, but not that good. Just the guys that we have now with Osun and Kyle and Dom, and Jaron and Jalen, you know, we knew they were, you know, talented kids. We just didn't know how good they were going to be. And these kids really worked their tails off to get to this position. And it's a credit to what they've done.
Thanks, Mark. The next question is from Aaron Robinson from All Facts Media. Aaron, go ahead, please.
Good morning, Coach.
Morning, Aaron.
My question for you would be, I mean, last year, obviously, you guys made the NCAA tournament, was able to, you lost to LSU in that first round game. I mean, for this year, what would you say the expectation is? I mean, when I look at you guys' team, I think that the second weekend of the NCAA tournament is something that would be reasonable for you guys. I mean, what do you think the expectation is for your team is entering this season?
Yeah, there's high expectations. But as I told the team, the only expectations that really matter are our expectations, not the outside world. You know, we understand that, you know, the number one pick in preseason, that's all great. But, you know, the games are won on the court. And, you know, what we did last year was terrific. But last year was last year. This is a whole new year. And the one thing about last year, you know, we didn't play well against LSU in the tournament. And I think that's the driving force to these guys this year. They're motivated to try to repeat what we did last year, you know, and it's not easy, you know, winning the Atlantic 10 and winning the Atlantic 10 tournament and going to the NCAA tournament and being a number 9 seed. That's really, really hard. And to duplicate that, it will be amazing. But our guys, you know, the goal is to get back to the NCAA tournament and try to advance, you know, just like every team, you know, every coach you talk to is, you know, the ultimate goal is to get to the NCAA tournament. And last year we did that, and I think our guys got a taste of it. Now they want to try to get there again, which we know is going to be difficult. But if we do get there, you know, to try to advance and try to get to the second weekend, and try to get to the third weekend, and you know that's what we're trying to do. And you know the guys are working hard so far, and you know we need some luck, as you know. But you know let's go for it. Let's embrace the number 1 seed and see how good we can be.
All right, Mark, the next question is from Nick Gellion from SBU TV. Nick, go ahead, please.
Hey, Mark, nice to talk to you again. So we all know about the 5 returning starters, the 5 returning seniors, and they're going to be the framework for how this whole season is going to go. But tell me about a player that you've seen develop during the preseason that you've seen that is going to make an impact that we're not talking about right now as the media, that is going to make an impact in your lineups this season.
I think, you know, we brought in 8 new guys. You know, the 5 seniors that you know, give them credit. They all came back, especially in this day and age of the portal. But I think, you know, Kareem Koulibaly is a transfer from Pitt. And, you know, he's played at a high level, and he's a physical guy. He knows how to play. So if there's one guy that, you know, in the first 3 weeks of practice has really stuck out to the coaching staff, it's Kareem. He's tough, physical. He can shoot the ball from the perimeter. You know, he can play both the 4 and the 5, and he can give Shun a little bit of a rest. You know, last year, as you guys know, we played, you know, maybe 6 guys. A lot of times it was just 5, and I think you know, the guys really got worn down at the end. And you know, I think, and the hope is that we can have, you know, 2, 3, 4 of these new guys come in and they don't have to score a lot of points or get a lot of rebounds. They got to play their role and to give the 5 seniors a little bit of a rest. So that's the role of those guys. But if you're going to ask about one guy, it would be Kareem. He's the one that's really stepped up and has really played well so far in the first 3 weeks of practice.
Thanks,
All
Mark.
right, Mark. And our last question comes from David Jablonski of the Dayton Daily News. David, go ahead.
Coach, who do you see as your the other top contenders in the conference this year? Who do you think is going to be around you guys compete?
You know, in this league, you know, it's anybody. You know, everybody's good. Great coaches, great players. But you know, you look at the polls, and you know, Richmond, you know, with all those guys coming back, are going to be, you know, tremendous. And Coach Mooney does such a great job with them. You know, St. Louis, VCU, Dayton, Davidson, you know, you can go down the line, and there's always a surprise. There's always going to be a team that's picked in the middle of the pack that rises and you know, either wins it or is in the top 2 or 3. It's just, that's why it's, you know, it's for us being picked number 1. It's a great honor. just because of how good this league is. And, and a lot of it, as you know, is luck, injuries, a bounce of the ball. And you look at last year, we had some really close games, and for the most part, we stayed injury free. So there's a lot of factors that go into it. But I can't really pick one team that's going to step up. There's a ton of teams, anybody in this league, because and I think that's why it's such a great league and gets the respect nationally, is that, we have really good players, really good coaches, and any game, if you don't bring it, you're going to lose, no matter if you're playing at home or away.
Coach Adam Finkelstein here in the studio. Wanted to ask you about your non-conference schedule, because given the expectations and postseason goals that you guys have, some of those early non-conference matchups could end up being very important down the road. How much are you emphasizing those matchups early, or not much at all, given all that's at stake?
Yeah, it's important, especially now, with the way the NCAA selection committee selects the teams. It's the non-conference is so important. And we have a tough non-conference, probably the toughest non-conference since I've been here, and probably in the last 2 or 3 decades. But I think our players deserve that, especially the 5 seniors, to be able to go and play in the Charleston Classic, something that we wouldn't have ever been thought of being invited to that 10 years ago. Then playing Virginia Tech down in Charlotte and UConn and Newark. It's a great schedule. Northern Iowa at home, but it's important. Our guys understand that. Our guys wanted to play this type of schedule, and now it's on. But it's, as I said, it's very, very important. You need to have some big wins in the non-conference to really legitimize yourself come Selection Sunday.
Coach, thanks so much. Always great to see you. We'll catch up with you at the Rally Center at some point this season.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it.
All right, all the best. Coach Mark Schmidt joining us here from St. Bonaventure. I'm not going to go away from the fact that what he just said about the transfer portal and all that. No, he's kept his players there. They want to be there. They play hard. They want to come back. He sends people to the NBA to play overseas professionally. Pretty darn amazing.
Yeah,
really.
You really hit the nail on the head. Retention has been so important for St. Bonaventure, but I think it ties to something he alluded to earlier, and that's the fact that they've done a really good job of evaluating players early on in the recruiting process. So when you talk about, Osun and Kyle Lofton, guys who didn't have a ton of Atlantic 10 level recruitment, Coach Schmidt and his staff gave them a chance, and they're repaying that faith later on in the process. I think that's kind of the cycle going all the way around.
Right, and they play together with each other. That's the thing. When I go up there and I watch those players interact with each other, and you go to the area, and I know a lot of people say, oh, you're in New York, it's cold, it's a hard place to get to. The fans are awesome. Mm-hmm. The Riley Center is packed. Mm-hmm. The players go there because they want to be there. They want to play basketball. They want to move on and further their careers. Yeah. And they've been doing that. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah, and I think that's a theme that you're seeing throughout the conference this year, not just at St. Bonaventure. Obviously, VCU's been really emphasizing that theme. You can get to the NBA from the Atlantic 10. That point is becoming indisputable, and St. Bonaventure is about to add proof to that, I think, in the next year or so.
Yeah, Kyle Lofton, awesome player, running the show. What do you have when you have such a special guard like him, right?
Well, I think what you have is a dynamic two-way player, a guy who can make plays on both ends of the floor. He is dynamic. He can get downhill. He's got a quick first step in the half court. That's the area of his game that has really progressed in his time in Olean, is his ability to shoot the basketball, because he's got extremely long arms, and now when he can score it at multiple levels and make plays on both ends, his game has just become the complete package. And I don't know that anyone, this is a guy who didn't have a Division I scholarship offer in his senior year in high school. He had to go to prep school to get a Division I offer. So his story is really incredible.
That is pretty amazing. Well, we'll look forward to hearing from him right now. Kyle Lofton, along with Osunniyi, join us here in Atlantic 10 Media Days. Drew is ready to field questions from the media. Drew?
Good morning, gentlemen. Looking forward to seeing you all play this year, hopefully in person. Our first question is from Patrick Stevens of Atlantic10.com. Patrick, go ahead, please.
Hi, guys. Just wanted to ask about the importance of the continuity that you guys have been able to have here over the last several years, and how much you feel like that's going to contribute to what you guys could possibly do this season.
I guess it's really important. This program has been really good, and being able to come in here and just keep that that trend going, that history going has been really good, keeping the culture going in an upward trend. So I feel like just having all that behind us and all support will help us out a lot this year.
All right, next question is from Rachel Lindsay of the Buffalo News. Rachel, go ahead.
Hi, Kyle. Hi, Osun. Thanks for joining us this morning. This question is for either player. You can answer this. What do you think has been key in what Mark and his staff have done within the program as a whole to build it into being the favorite in the Atlantic 10 to be nationally ranked this year?
I think he builds the program around like toughness, and like he always says it's blue collar. All his guys usually aren't recruited high, and we all have like a chip on our shoulder. And I think that like that means a lot to us, and we all know that, and we just want to prove ourselves.
All right, gentlemen, next question is from Chucky Maggio of Pick and Splinters. Chucky, go ahead, please.
Kyle and Shun, this is for either one of you. How is your, with a whole new bench, how has your leadership role evolved this preseason?
I think you take another step like in the right direction. I mean, having a whole new bench and just having 5 returning seniors, the pressure's kind of on us to help get those guys up to speed as quick as possible. I mean, the season's 2 weeks away, and we're still, trying to get everything together fully, but at the same time, it's helping us become better players and being better leaders. So this whole offseason and preseason has just been a big step for us, leading the new guys, bringing them in and getting them used to the culture here at Bonaventure.
All right, the next question is from Aaron Robinson at Truth and Media. Aaron, go ahead.
Guys, what's up? First and foremost, good to see you guys, man. My question is for both of you guys, man. Obviously, you guys were able to win a title together at PSA. Shout out to Coach Graves and Coach Espo. You guys were also able to obviously win the A-10 together last year. What has it meant to you guys to be able to go on this journey together from Putnam, now obviously at St. Bonaventure? And what are your goals as you guys enter your last year at St. Bonaventure?
Coming here with Osun, I think it was after winning the PSA championship. I think it was special. We both from Jersey. I didn't really know him before that, but I got to know him. He became one of my closest friends, and I think it's just special winning 2 championships. And now the goal here is to win another one, and then hopefully we can get the big one.
Yeah, to bounce off what Kyle said, like I said, I didn't really know him going into Putnam, but like I said, as the year got on at Putnam, we kind of became good friends, and then going through my recruitment process after Putnam, when I decommitted from LaSalle, Kyle was on me ever since he knew that I was decommitting, and him, Coach Schmidt, and all of them were on me. So it was kind of like a good thing to have someone I play with. Winning the championship last year was a great feeling, and then like I said, what Kyle said, going off this year, win another A-10 championship, and hopefully make a run in the big dance.
All right, gentlemen, and our last question is from Nick Gillian from SBU TV. Nick, go ahead.
Hello, nice to talk to you guys again. This is for both of you to answer. As Adam Finkelstein just mentioned, you guys are the top prospects from this team, most likely. So keeping that in mind, how have you developed most this offseason in terms of thinking about the future and then thinking about this year's team? How have you developed the most?
For me personally, I think expanding my offensive game. I think my first 3 years here, everyone kind of understands, like I kind of knew what I was doing. It's just defensively, and that's kind of been it. But I think this offseason, I kind of been trying to expand my offensive game and be able to help put points on the board more, not just being defense. But at the same time, future-wise, I mean, that's what pros, I've been hearing feedback that they need to see my offensive game more and my body and my strength. I've been putting on a lot of weight this summer, and it's been shown in practice, and I feel like I've been getting a lot more confident on the offensive end of the floor.
With me personally, a lot of scouts and like agents are saying like jump shooting. Obviously, I went to like a slump last year, but I don't really look at that. Like I know I can shoot. I'm gonna just keep shooting, and I'm gonna show people that I really can shoot. And then besides that, just showing more like my athleticism. Like I can jump, but a lot of people don't really see that. It don't help playing 40 minutes a game, but I feel like this year I can get a little bit of a break, and I can really show how athletic I am.
What's up, guys? Adam Finkelstein back in the studio. Want to kind of tie all this together and ask you about all that you've been through collectively and with those goals of getting to the next level after St. Bonaventure. How do you balance those things? Because you have things you want to accomplish as a team this year, but you obviously have individual goals as well beyond your time in college basketball. So what is the mindset like, and do you guys talk to each other about the balance that goes into that?
I mean, as of right now, our focus is, helping the team win games and, winning another A-10 championship and making a run in the tournament. As far as like our own personal stuff, I mean, I work on that stuff during the season, but our main focus as of right now, we can't be worried about ourselves, and that's like to us, like the seniors, about is not having guys, with their own agendas. Like, we're still a team, like we still have a goal, a job to do, and that's to win games for St. Bonaventure. So as of right now, we're just focused on, this team win games in the best way we can, and then at the same time showing what we can take to the next level and showing our improvements.
All right, Kyle, Osun, thanks so much, guys. All the best this season. We'll see you soon.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.